You know that feeling, right? You order something you're super excited about, and then it shows up late, or it's the wrong color, or maybe it just never shows up at all. That whole journey, from the moment you click buy to that box landing on your doorstep, that's not just shipping anymore. It's become a huge part of the product experience itself. And today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the engine that runs that whole show, the Order Management System, or OMS.
So let's kick things off with a problem, a crisis really, that a ton of modern businesses are dealing with, even if they don't quite realize it yet.
It's a question that can drive a business owner absolutely crazy. You've poured everything into making an amazing product, but you look online and see these one-star reviews piling up. So what gives? What if the problem has nothing to do with your product? What if it's everything that happens after your customer hits that buy button?
And this right here, this stat, it just changes the whole game. A staggering 80% of customers are now saying that the experience they have with your company is just as important as the actual thing they're buying. Think about that. It means a clunky checkout, a missed delivery, or seeing that dreaded out-of-stock message can completely tank an otherwise fantastic product.
And the stakes here are incredibly high. A bad experience isn't just a bummer, it's a revenue killer. I mean, just look at these numbers. Almost a third of your customers could just leave and never come back, simply because an item was out of stock. We're not talking about a few grumpy emails. We're talking about real, measurable damage to your sales and, just as importantly, to your company's reputation.
So, if a messy, disconnected process is the crisis, then what's the fix? Well, this is where we get to introduce the hero of our story, the Order Management System.
So let's break it down. An omni-channel OMS isn't just a fancy cash register. You can think of it more like the central nervous system for your entire business. It's the one place that manages everything. All your orders, all your inventory, all your data, across every single channel you sell on. We're talking your physical stores, your website, your social media, you name it.
And the difference it makes is, well, it's night and day. It's the difference between chaos and control. Before, you're lost in a sea of spreadsheets trying to keep track of everything manually. You're constantly worried you're going to sell the same thing twice. But after you have an OMS, all that chaos gets wrangled into one single automated platform. You get one clear, true picture of your inventory, which means way more accuracy and speed.
And listen, this isn't some niche, futuristic tool just for the giant corporations. The market for these systems is set to hit nearly $4 billion in just a couple of years. The message there is loud and clear. Getting an OMS is no longer a luxury, it's becoming a fundamental part of doing business in the modern world.
Okay, so we've covered the what. We know what an OMS is. But now, let's get into the really cool part, the how. How does this thing actually become the engine that powers your entire fulfillment operation?
I want you to picture it as the ultimate connector, sitting right in the heart of your business. It's pulling in information from everywhere. It's talking your Amazon store, your Shopify cart, your shipping couriers, even your accounting software. And it brings them all together into one seamless conversation. The days of logging into 5 different dashboards just to see what's going on, they're over.
Now, this is where the real magic happens. It's called AI-driven order orchestration. And the best way to think of it is like an air traffic controller, but for your products. The second an order comes in, the AI brain kicks in. It instantly analyzes every single way to get that product to the customer, weighing things like shipping costs, how fast it can get there, and where the inventory is. Then it automatically picks the absolute smartest, most efficient path and sends the order on its way, all in the blink of an eye.
And these systems can scale to handle some pretty mind-boggling complexity. I mean, an enterprise-level system, something like what IBM offers, can have over 1,200 APIs. Now, APIs are basically just secure little doorways that let different pieces of software talk to each other. Having that many means you can connect your OMS to literally every corner of your business, making it the one true hub for everything you do.
All right, so let's say you're sold. You get it. You need an OMS. But which one? Where do you even start? Well, this next part is about making some really important strategic decisions to find the system that's the perfect fit for your business. So first up is the classic debate, on-premises versus the cloud. On-prem is the old school way. You buy and maintain all your own servers and hardware. The modern way, of course, is a cloud-based service, or SaaS. And even with the cloud, you've got options. You can do what's called a lift and shift, basically just moving your current setup over to the cloud, or you can go for a fresh start with brand new infrastructure.
Your next big decision is about architecture.
Are you going to go monolithic or composable? A monolithic system is your classic all-in-one solution. It does everything, but it can be a bit rigid if you need to change things up down the road. The other option, composable, is way more flexible. It's a modular approach that lets you cherry-pick the different features you need, almost like building with Legos, and then assemble your own perfect system.
So, when you're actually out there looking at different vendors, here are a few really key things to ask. First, does it have a modern, future-proof architecture? Is it built to grow with you? Second, what kind of tools does it give your customer service team? Can they see orders in real time and fix problems on the fly? And third, and this one's huge, what's their partner ecosystem like? Do they have a network of experts who can actually help you get this thing up and running?
And that last point about partners is so critical, it leads to this one final piece of advice. Whatever you do, don't try to go it alone. Putting in an OMS is a major project. Bringing in a systems integrator, basically an expert partner who's done this 100 times, can be the one thing that makes the difference between a smooth launch and a complete, costly disaster.
Okay, so let's tie all of this together now. Why does any of this really matter? Because getting the right OMS isn't just about a tech upgrade. It's a foundational move that's about making your business resilient and ready for the future.
I think this quote just says it all, really. At the end of the day, this is not about chasing the latest buzzword or trend. It's about making a smart, strategic decision to build a tough, resilient, customer-first infrastructure that can handle whatever the future of commerce throws at it.
And so that brings us to the final question, the one I want to leave you with. I want you to take a good, honest look at your own business. Right now, is your fulfillment process a competitive edge, something that wows customers and keeps them coming back? Or is it a hidden liability, quietly chipping away at your brand and your bottom line? The answer to that question tells you everything you need to know.